What's going on, guys? My name is Patrick Bacon and you're watching the one and only Bacon's Drinks channel here on YouTube. And today I'm bringing you guys a very interesting tiki drink. The reason it's interesting because it utilizes a very unique ingredient that a lot of other tiki cocktails do not have, and that ingredient is blackberry. So the drink I'm talking about today is called Don's Own Grog, and it was invented by the man himself, Mr. Don the Beachcomber, in 1937. So let's go ahead and get into making the cocktail. So we're going to build this in a shaker tin today, and we're going to start with 1 dash of Angostura bitters. And then we're going to do 1/4 ounce of Demerara Syrup. If you guys don't know how to make Demerara Syrup, no worries, I'll put it in the description. All right, next we're going to do 3/4 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice. Always use fresh squeezed juices, guys. It makes all the difference in the world. All right, and next the recipe calls for a dash of grenadine. I don't have grenadine in a dasher, so I'm just going to do about 1/8 ounce of grenadine. I'm using BG Reynolds today. So finally we get to the ingredient that makes this drink what it is, the Blackberry Liqueur. Today I'm using Leopold Bros, which is an absolutely amazing Blackberry Liqueur, and we're going to do 1/2 ounce of this. All right, next we get to our rum base. The recipe called for 1 ounce of blended aged rum. I'm going to be using Plantation 5 today. And once again, we're doing 1 ounce of this. The next recipe calls for 1/2 ounce of lightly aged rum. I'm using Plantation 3 today. All right. And then next it calls for 1/2 ounce of black blended rum. I'm using Coruba Jamaican rum today, which is one of my favorite Jamaican rums, especially for tiki. And if you want, you can also try 1/2 ounce of Demerara rum in place of the Jamaican. That offers a completely unique experience. It's definitely worth a try. All right, guys, so that's it for the body of the cocktail. Let's go ahead and fill our tin up with ice. All right, guys, we're going to be using pebble ice today. I'm going to do 1 full scoop and put it directly into the tin for a whip shake. So let's go ahead and put a seal on our tin. I'm just going to get it a nice whip shake to get the ingredients nice and mixed and to melt that ice to get some dilution. All right, that should be about good. Let's go ahead and get our double old-fashioned glass ready. We're going to roll all of our ingredients straight into the glass. Look at that color. And now we're going to fill the rest of the way up with ice. All right, we're almost done. Give it a nice little cap there. A little more. Perfect. All right, guys, now it's time to garnish, and we're going to do some fresh grated nutmeg today. We're going to grate it just right over the top, just like that. And then, since the main flavor component of this cocktail is blackberry, I'm going to put a blackberry skewer in there, just like that. All right, guys, and that's it. Don's Own Grog. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. I'm going to be sipping it straight off the ice today. I'm getting that nutmeg right on the nose there. There's actually a lot going on here. So right up front, I get that incredible blackberry flavor from the Blackberry Liqueur, and I'm definitely getting that rum base as well. This is actually a little bit of a more spirit-forward tiki cocktail. It's not so sweet. As you can see, we only had a dash of grenadine and only 1/4 ounce of Demerara syrup, so this is not going to be one of your very sweet and juice-forward tiki cocktails. And that lime juice also adds a really nice tartness to the cocktail. So overall, the cocktail is actually pretty balanced, maybe a tad spirit-forward. So with that being said, guys, there's one important thing I really wanted to talk about before we wrap up here, and that is the choice of Blackberry Liqueur that you end up using for this cocktail. So guys, in my opinion, the success of this cocktail completely hinges on the type of Blackberry Liqueur you use and how you elevate the blackberry flavor in this drink. One common theme I've seen when people make this cocktail is that they report that they are not able to pick up the blackberry flavor in the cocktail. I was even watching Steve the Bartender, which is probably one of the biggest cocktail channels on YouTube. He also made this drink on his channel, And he even said after he gave it a taste that he could not taste the blackberry either. I had a very similar experience because I actually made this cocktail like 2 or 3 times like a couple of years ago. Each time it was very underwhelming. I was so excited to make this cocktail at first because I loved all the ingredients in the recipe, but when I finally mixed them all together, I could not taste the blackberry at all. I even tried muddling fresh blackberries in the cocktail, but to no avail. I could not taste the blackberry in the cocktail at all. So of course I was reading Smuggler's Cove one day and I saw that Martin Kate used this specific blackberry liqueur, and I figured, maybe I'll try to get some of that. Well, unfortunately, like all things that are good, they discontinued making this liqueur, I think about 1 or 2 years ago. Yeah, it sucks, but I was actually very fortunate to pick up a couple of bottles of this not too long ago. You might be able to still find some online, but if you can't, I would recommend maybe making your own blackberry liqueur. If there's any bartenders watching this channel, please put your blackberry liqueur recommendations down in the comments, because I have not been able to find any other blackberry liqueur that can measure up to the other ingredients in this cocktail like this specific liqueur. All right guys, with that being said, that's the end of today's video. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more of my content in the future, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And as always, please leave a comment if you have any feedback, have any questions about the ingredients, or anything at all. Go ahead and put them down in the comments. I'm very active, I can answer. And as always, be safe, and I will see you guys next time.